This list tracks and ranks the population of the top 10 largest cities and other urban places in the United States by decade, as reported by each decennial United States Census, starting with the 1790 census. For 1790 through 1990, tables are taken from the U.S. Census Bureau's population of the 100 largest cities and other urban places in the United States, 1790 to 1990. For year 2000 rankings, data from the Census Bureau's tally of cities with 100,000 or more population ranked by selected subject is used. The 2010 rankings are based on the 2010 census results. The Census Bureau's definition of an urban place has included a variety of designations, including city, town, township, village, borough, and municipality. The top 10 urban areas in 1790 consisted of various places designated as cities, towns and townships. The top 10 urban areas in 2010 are all separate incorporated places. This list generally refers only to the population of individual urban places within their defined limits at the time of the indicated census. Some of these places have since been annexed or merged into other cities. Other places may have expanded their borders due to such annexation or consolidation. For example, after the 1898 consolidation of New York City, the Census Bureau has defined all the boroughs within its city limits as one urban place. Similarly, Philadelphia's population has included the census counts within both the former urban areas of Northern Liberties, Pennsylvania and Southwark, Pennsylvania ever since Philadelphia's 1854 consolidation. 1790, when the United States first became a country in 1776, Philadelphia was its most populous city. By the time the first U.S. Census count was completed in 1790, New York City had already grown to be 14% more populous than Philadelphia. The total population of these 11 cities was 152,087. 1800, the total population of these 10 cities was 216,346. 1810, the total population of these 10 cities was 329,346. 1820, the total population of these 10 cities was 405,869. 1830, the total population of these 10 cities was 599,927. 1840, the total population of these 10 cities was 884,291. 1850, by 1850, the United States was in the midst of the first industrial revolution. The total population of these 10 cities was 1,459,023. 1860 was the eve of the American Civil War. This was the 8th United States Census. This is the first census where the Northeast does not hold a supermajority of the top 10 largest cities. The total population of these 10 cities was 2,719,910. 1870, this was the 9th United States Census. This is the first census where the Northeast does not hold a simple majority of the top 10 largest cities. The total population of these 10 cities was 3,697,264. 1880, the total population of these 10 cities was 4,874,175. 1890, the 1890 census was the 11th. The total population of these 10 cities was 6,660,402. 1900, the 1900 census was the 12th. The total population of these 10 cities was 9,477,400. 1910, the 1910 census was the 13th. The total population of these 10 cities was 12,401,322. 1920, the 1920 census was the 14th. The total population of these 10 cities was 15,355,250. 1930, the 1930 census was the 15th. The total population of these 10 cities was 19,042,823. 1940, 4 of the 10 cities here would have their first ever population drop in 1940. Though slight, they would presage a precipitous decline that started in 1950. The 1940 census was the 16th. The total population of these 10 cities was 19,909,825. 1950 was a watershed year for many cities in the United States. Many cities in the country peaked in population, and began a slow decline caused by suburbanization associated with pollution, congestion, and increased crime rates in inner cities, while the improved infrastructure of the Eisenhower interstate system more easily facilitated car commutes and so-called white flight of the white middle class. The GI Bill made available low-interest loans for returning World War II veterans seeking more commodious housing in the suburbs. Although populations within city limits dropped in many American cities, the metropolitan populations of most cities continued to increase greatly. The total population of these 10 cities was 21,729,384. 1960, the 1960 census was the 18th. This was the first census to show a decline in the combined total population of top 10 cities, with 766,495 fewer people than 1950 census top 10 cities. The total population of these 10 cities was 20,962,889. 1970, the 1970 census was the 19th. The total population of these 10 cities was 22,028,346. 1980, by 1980, the trends towards suburbanization started in the 1950s continued. This was the second census to show a decline in the combined total population of the top 10 cities, with 1,142,003 fewer people than the 1970 census top 10 cities. This is the first census where a simple majority of the top 10 cities are in the Sun Belt, specifically the west, south, central and southwestern area of the country. The total population of these 10 cities was 20,886,343. 1990, the 1990 census was the 21st. Continued trends of western cities' growth and northeastern cities' contraction now place a supermajority of the top 10 cities in the western portion of the Sun Belt, a regional supermajority not seen since northeastern cities dominated the top of the first 7 censuses. The total population of these 10 cities was 21,872,554. 2000, the 2000 census was the 22nd. The total population of these 10 cities was 23,899,236. 2010, 7 of the country's 10 largest cities in 2010 were located in the Sun Belt region of the South and West, all of which have far lower population density than their earlier top-ranking counterparts. A different ranking is evident when considering U.S. metro area populations which count both city and suburban populations. The total population of these 10 cities was 24,513,008. See also: United States, Outline of the United States, Index of United States-related articles, Book, United States Census Bureau, Demographics of the United States, Urbanization in the United States, List of U.S. states and territories by population, List of U.S. states by historical population, List of U.S. cities by population, Lists of U.S. cities and metropolitan areas. United States Office of Management and Budget, United States Statistical Area. The 1067 U.S. statistical areas comprise 366 MSAs, 576 1/4 SAs, and 125 CSAs. United States Primary Statistical Area, List of the 718 U.S. PSAs, United States Combined Statistical Area, List of the 125 U.S. CSAs, United States Core Base Statistical Area, List of the 942 U.S. CBSAs, United States Metropolitan Statistical Area, List of the 366 U.S. MSAs, List of the 366 U.S. MSAs by GDP. United States Micropolitan Statistical Area, List of the 576 U.S. 1/4 SAs. References, Notes. Sources. External links, United States, 1780-1789 A Euro discusses population size from 1780 to 1789, largest cities in the United States over time on YouTube, visualization of largest cities in the United States by population by decade on YouTube.